Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to break down the key forces that are shaping the future of IT and what it all means for, well, pretty much every business out there.
Okay, let's just dive right into the big question, because in today's world, this is really the fundamental choice that every single organization is facing. The chance to flip the script, to go from being disrupted to doing the disrupting, well, it's massive, and technology is right at the heart of it all.
And this quote, it just nails it. It's not about just tacking on new software or buying the latest gadgets anymore. No, the real transformation, that leap to becoming a disruptor, that happens when you use technology to fundamentally reinvent how your business works, how it creates value, and how it connects with the world.
So, how do you actually become that disruptor? Well, it really comes down to mastering three core pillars. We're talking intelligent automation, creating what we call a borderless enterprise, and building an IT foundation that's both resilient and responsible. So let's break each one of these down, and then we'll see how they all snap together.
First up, pillar number 1, intelligent automation. This is all about embedding intelligence into the world around us, blurring that line between the digital and the physical.
Right at the core of this whole thing is a concept called the digital-physical blur. You can kind of think of it as the next big step after the Internet of Things. We're pushing intelligence out to the very edge of the network, right into our devices and machines, and we're empowering them to understand what's going on around them and react in real time.
And we see this popping up everywhere. Think about those incredible British Airways digital billboards that can actually track flights passing overhead. Or paramedics in Illinois using their own smartphones to get critical patient data while they're still on the way to the hospital. See, this isn't sci-fi, it's happening right now, creating these smarter experiences by connecting the physical world to live streaming data.
Now, here's where it gets really interesting. We've moved way beyond simple automation, just programming a machine to do the same thing over and over. We're now in the era of hyperautomation. And the key difference? It's intelligence. Hyperautomation doesn't just blindly follow rules. It actually uses AI and machine learning to learn, to adapt, and to make some pretty complex decisions all on its own. And this is not just some theory on a slide. Hyperautomation gets you dramatic, measurable results. I mean, look at this. One smart mobility company cut its manual configuration errors by 52% using a custom solution. That is a huge, real-world impact on both how efficiently they work and the quality of what they produce. All right, that brings us right to our second pillar, the borderless enterprise. In this new world, the very definition of a company is changing because those traditional walls, they're starting to just dissolve. Yep, the modern enterprise is truly borderless. It gets that there's this immense pool of talent, creativity, and incredible ideas that exists outside of its own payroll. The big challenge, and of course the big opportunity, is figuring out how to tap into that global brainpower.
And we see this happening through crowdsourcing, which has become unbelievably sophisticated. It's not just for brainstorming anymore. I mean, companies like Lay's use it for market research. Platforms like Kickstarter use it to validate and fund entire products before a single one even gets made. And then you have these wild examples like Local Motors, where customers literally pay to help assemble the car that they helped design.
But it's not just about people, it's also about the technology. For an enterprise to really be borderless, its systems and its apps have to be able to talk to each other without any friction, both inside the company and with all its partners outside.
This whole thing is powered by what you could call an app ecosystem. Using APIs, which are kind of like universal translators for software, businesses can break down what they do into smaller, modular services. Think of them like Lego bricks you can just snap together to build new things super quickly. Walgreens did this perfectly when they opened up their prescription API. It let other developers build a refill feature right into their own apps. Brilliant.
Okay, so all this amazing innovation, the automation, these ecosystems, it all needs to stand on a solid foundation. And that's our third pillar, building a resilient and responsible IT infrastructure. Seriously, without it, none of this cool stuff can happen at scale.
A future-ready IT infrastructure has to be, above all, resilient. The old goal of 5 nines uptime, that's not good enough. The new mantra is built to survive failure. What that means is you design your systems with the expectation that things will go wrong. A server will crash, a data center will go down, you'll get hit with a cyber attack, but the overall service keeps on chugging along without interruption. But here's the thing. Resilience by itself isn't enough anymore.
As our technology leaders become the architects of business growth, the infrastructure they build also has to be responsible and sustainable.
Let's be real, we're facing a global e-waste crisis. That old linear model of buy it, use it, and then throw it away for our technology hardware is creating gigantic environmental problems. And CIOs are now right at the center of solving this, shifting their mindset from just consumption to one of circularity.
And the strategic answer here is circular IT. This model turns retired equipment from a costly headache into a really valuable asset. It's all about building a process to securely refurbish, reuse, and resell your IT assets, getting that residual value back, and of course, keeping them out of landfills.
And the data totally backs this up. Sustainability isn't just some nice-to-have ethical choice, it's a smart economic one. A recent report found that over half, 53% of organizations are already seeing significant financial returns from the green tech investments. It is a clear win-win.
So, there we have it, our 3 pillars: intelligent automation, the borderless enterprise, and resilient and responsible IT. Now, how do you put them all together into a single strategy to become a true digital disruptor?
Here's a quick plan to get you started. First, map your edges. Figure out what devices and data you have out there. Second, build a cross-functional team that actually gets IT and the business side talking and working together. Third, design for failure by actively planning for when things go wrong. And finally, start thinking in ecosystems. Who could you partner with? Who could you open up your platforms to?
Look, the opportunity to shift from being the one who's disrupted to being the disruptor, it's right here, right now. These pillars, they give you the blueprint. So the only question left is, what are you going to do next? What will you build with it?